Bird up for $5. Saw Godzilla -1 for the second time last night. This movie's crushing it. Dude, I love Godzilla -1. I love Godzilla -1. I was not expecting to dig it. I'm not a big Godzilla person, not a big monster movie person, but the human element of Godzilla really surprised me. When I heard about Godzilla -1, I saw a lot of people giving it good reviews, really positive feedback when the critics first gave their impressions, but then fans went and saw it and they were raving about it. So that's what sold me. So despite me normally not going to see, an all Japanese subtitled movie that's not usually up my alley, I thought, you know what? Let's see what they've got. And it blew me away. First of all, the fact that this movie, $15 million. And apparently, according to the director, it may even be less than that. They may have spent less than that on this movie. The effects look phenomenal. It's done incredibly well. You stack this up against, movies that are spending hundreds of millions of dollars like the Marvels, Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny. It looks fantastic. But really the core of it is, the story itself. And it's a story about someone in the aftermath of World War II. You have a lot of national pride, but you also have a lot of resentment against maybe the government during that time period. But at the end of the day, a bunch of people, civilians, have to hold together for various reasons that do kind of get explained and stop this massive monster that they have no idea really how to stop. And at the heart of it all is a guy who has failed, and that failure is weighing on him throughout his life. Multiple times he's failed in moments, failed to step up to the plate, ran away at different times. And a lot of it is up to him to finally, close that loop, to finally do what he couldn't do before. And the way they end things, I think, is really perfect. And there's also a very family element to it, not necessarily family by blood, but family by circumstance. There's a woman, there's a child involved. And the way they wrap everything up, I think, is done very well. It's a heartwarming story. I felt very emotional about what I saw going down. And usually for these monster movies, especially MonsterVerse stuff, the Godzilla vs. Kong, I hate the human element of that stuff. In fact, I despise the human element of almost all of those movies. I wish we could just watch the monsters punch each other. But this one, I thought it was really well done. And I think the end was rewarding. And I definitely will probably go see this movie again, which is something I rarely ever do for any movie in theaters, but that's how good it was. One of the best movies of 2023, 1000%. And I hope it continues to crush at the box office. This should show Hollywood that if you focus on telling a great story, if you focus on making something for the fans, because this absolutely was for like hardcore Godzilla fans as well, you focus on those things, a lot of callbacks to early Godzilla movies, a lot of feel like those early Godzilla movies. You focus on those things and people will come out and support it. When you focus on everything else first, when you focus on, whatever agenda you're trying to push, when you're trying to not make something for the fans, but make something to teach the fans a lesson or some garbage like that, it doesn't work out. You can do it on a small budget. And we've seen that proved multiple times this year in the entertainment industry while these massive big budget films are flopping. Godzilla -1, a great movie. I would highly recommend it. It really surprised me, but continue to teach Hollywood a lesson.